When I first moved into this house, I remember sitting on the couch and thinking I don't want to live here forever.
What kind of relationship starts like that?
I fell in love with it straight away. I felt at home in it. I thought, this is ours, this is great.
The kind of relationship that grows over time.
It's more than a very nice room. It's a beautiful room.
There's no denying it, it's time to move to greener pastures.
I'd like to move to Brisbane.
I feel very strongly about staying in Melbourne.
But what could be more attractive than this?
We brought the old girl back to life.
Fantastic, Neil.
It's not my house.
Do I need to spell it out for you, Neil?
Wow.
Could be affordable.
Look at this.
It's crazy. It's got everything.
This is the kind of value you can get in these western suburbs.
I'm a bit speechless with that, actually, Andrew.
Matt and Nat, are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it? We're in suburban Melbourne. I just saw the city skyline then, you know?
Not so suburban. We're only 8 Ks from the CBD.
We are driving through Coburg, an older suburb experiencing considerable regeneration. Real estate-wise, though, quite good value still. Older family homes, 3 bedrooms, maybe not great, but sort of in the 7s and the 8s. So, yeah, not too bad, quite affordable.
There was a time you could live in Coburg for free. At Her Majesty's pleasure in this rather austere bluestone establishment.
The claim to fame of this suburb is Pentridge Jail.
Yeah.
And this suburb used to be known as Pentridge. And in the middle of the 19th century, the locals, not surprisingly, decided that they did not want to live in a suburb that was named after the infamous jail.
Okay, I can kind of understand that.
So the name got changed to Coburg because they were expecting a visit from the Duke of Saxe-Coburg.
You are full of interesting facts, aren't you?
I'm on fire, aren't I?
Yeah. And to keep the metaphor going, we're here for our own little prison break in Coburg North, helping Natalie, Matt and their 3 kids bust out of their 1950s bungalow. Natalie's hoping I'll bring a file and a cake, but Matt, he's in for life.
I fell in love with it straight away. I felt at home in it. I thought, this is ours, this is great.
When I first moved into this house, I remember sitting on the couch and thinking I don't want to live here forever. The kitchen is still 1950s. The cupboards jam. Yeah, nothing fits in cupboards. I can't find enough places to put things for a family of 5. The drawers are very heavy with all the cutlery. They fell on my mum's foot and broke a toe. That's really frustrating.
I'll give you that, the kitchen's annoying sometimes.
It's not very practical to try to have a family living in here. The layout's not very flowing, there's a lot of wasted space. And we're growing, the girls are getting older, so they need more room. Everywhere I look, there's things to fix. You have this list of things you need to do, and by the time you get to one down here, the first thing you've done has either broken, or you've got to repair it, or you've got to do it again.
I really like the homeliness of it. I'm not all about fancy new things, as long as it's functional and we work well in it.
I like character, but not falling to bits.
I don't think we're falling to bits.
Some bits. A few bits.
A few bits, yeah.
Falling to bits or not, the house is currently valued at $850,000. But there's a much bigger bone of contention in this growing family's future.
I'd like to move to Brisbane, back to Brisbane, because that's where my family live, my friends.
You know, there's so much going on up here at the moment. You'd love it. Come up.
I know, I would. And I think it's a great lifestyle up there.
I feel very strongly about staying in Melbourne. This has become my life, really, this city.
Matt's an established turf expert, specialising in golf courses and cricket pitches. He's worried that he'd have to give up his professional contacts and start all over again in Queensland.
But in this case, the grass is greener in Queensland. And I'm not just saying that because I live there. The place is carpeted with golf courses and the grass grows quicker, so it needs more mowing. I'll talk some sense into Matt.
I like this suburb. The more I see of it, the more we drive around.
You like every suburb. You want everyone to stay. People have got to move on. I'm telling you now, I feel it in my lake waters.
Your lake waters?
My lake waters. This week, it's my turn. They are going to move.
it would be the one with the metal letterbox.
I think you could be right. Oh, small driveway.
Very small driveway.
Oh, OK, well,
Looks good.
yeah, it's OK. Ah, hello there.
Hi.
Hi.
Nat, I'm Andrew. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Matt.
Matt,
Andrew,
nice to meet
pleased
you.
to meet you.
Well,
House is all
Wait
yours.
to have a look at your...
Yours, is it?
Yeah.
Lovely. I shall
Help
enjoy
yourself.
this. Thank you.
Natalie and Matt head off for a coffee while we take a look around. Half of the house is taken up with 3 bedrooms and a small study, while the other half has the kitchen, the sole bathroom and the living areas. If that floor plan sounds simple, nothing could be further from the truth.
OK, so first room off the entrance is the master bedroom.
Yeah. It's a nice square room, some period details, like the corner window, wood floor, robe, walk-in. Neil, where are you?
It's a time tunnel, Andrew.
Come back. Oh. Oh, dear. What is this? Wow. Where are you bringing me, Neil?
Andrew,
Oh, it's a
I
tool
have
shed.
no idea. Look at this door.
Oh,
Oh, man.
good grief. Hang on, I'll
This
go and
is
see
kind
what...
of creepy, actually.
What a place. Another bedroom. Stuff everywhere. This place is a maze. There's so much clutter, I'm worried about getting lost. There's a tiny and quite gloomy study and a 3rd bedroom at the back.
Look, there's good light in here, but I have to admit, I am struggling at the moment to find the positives.
I can tell you now why their deck is out the front, not out the back, because at the back there's all those townhouses there.
Yeah. But it's not too bad an outlook. I mean, at least
say that.
It's not. I've seen a lot worse, and it's also quite a good-sized garden.
I'm very happy at the moment.
This house is light, dark, light, dark.
Things are a bit brighter in the sunroom.
Used as a bedroom.
There's hardly any room. So this place actually has, really, 3 bedrooms, a tiny study and a sunroom.
No, Andrew, this house potentially has 5 bedrooms. 5 bedrooms.
5 bedrooms. Neil's dreaming if he sees potential here, and it's about to turn into a nightmare because the next stop, the kitchen.
I can hear what you're thinking, and I'm going to say it first.
Go on,
all right? There's heritage, and then there is prehistoric.
What's a 600 wide, isn't it? A standard bench top. This is probably 450, but that's at the top point. It slopes down and gets narrower at the bottom.
Look at these drawers. Look. How do they function with these? I can't even close it. OK, what I love about it, I love the size, and I love the fact that it's right in the centre of the house, but, yeah, I've got a lot of work to do.
So the living room's equally as appalling. Oh.
It's not.
OK, all right, Neil, I will give you this. This is actually... This potentially is a very nice room.
It's more than a very nice room. It's a beautiful room.
Other than this room, I'm telling you, to me, this house has not a single other redeeming feature. I reckon this family would absolutely thrive in a new home.
Maybe, but I think they can thrive in this home because I've now got a really clear idea of what I'm going to do.
So Neil and I have had a look around your home. Who wants to stay here and why?
I just love the size of the property and I've always felt at home since I've been here. It's homely, Andrew.
Nat, I'm guessing that you don't feel quite the same way as Matt.
there's so many things to fix, though. It's not practical anymore. The kids are getting older. We need more space.
But you've potentially got 5 bedrooms in this house.
But it doesn't actually work. They're not practical rooms. There's no sensible storage, so things are everywhere.
You've got daughters.
3 of them.
3 daughters.
Yes.
I have 3 daughters too. 1 bathroom and you really don't want to move?
Granted, we could do with another bathroom for my son, but, you know, I'm willing to forego the comforts of life for staying here for sure.
What are the priorities?
A new kitchen, of course, because I can't use it anymore. It's just impractical. The girls, it's sharing rooms, so as they get older, it would be great to have a room each. Another bathroom, keeping a guest bedroom. Our
Always
family.
relatives coming over, so we need
Yeah.
that space for them to stay.
More storage or more sensible storage.
Which leads me to the question of budget.
Oh, yes.
What is your renovation budget?
120? About 120?
Yeah.
OK. I think the first thing we're going to do is find a museum that will take your kitchen, and then we'll work back from there.
For $120,000, I need to deliver a new kitchen, 2 bathrooms and 5 bedrooms, one for each of the girls and a guest room. And last but not least, some much-needed storage. This is going to be tough.
Let's talk about the new home, the home that's going to make Matt want to leave and Nat fall in love with her new home all over again.
I have always been torn between Brisbane and Melbourne.
Okay.
We have no family here, so Matt's family are in Perth and mine are in Brisbane. I've always had a pull towards my family and friends, so there's always been the possibility of moving back to Brisbane, and that could be now.
Is there 2 possibilities then, a local move or maybe a Brisbane move?
Well, for me, I'd prefer a local move. Career-wise, Melbourne's a place for me, and I'm not ruling it out altogether, but...
So if it's local, where?
In the same area.
Literally a couple of k's of here. Is that
Yeah.
what you're
Yeah.
sort of talking about?
Yeah.
If it was in Brisbane, where?
The west side of the city, so Toowong, Milton, Indooroopilly.
Would you go further out?
I might be a bit too close to my parents.
Oh,
for Matt.
OK, all right. So, yes, no, we want to sell him the concept. OK.
No, he loves
Toowong,
them.
Indooroopilly, western suburbs. How much do we have to spend?
900, mid-900s?
950?
Actually, that's possible. That's possible. And what house will get you moving?
I like a bit of character, but I'm not opposed to modern.
I'd like a bit of land size, if anything. We would need 4 bedrooms. I'd
Yeah.
prefer the girls to have a room each.
At least 2 bathrooms, Matt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I prefer a pool living in a hot state like that.
Right,
Pool would be great.
OK. Team Listed has a real challenge ahead to find a property with 4 or more bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a bit of land for Matt. Ideally, it will be in the local area or the western suburbs of Brisbane, where they'd also like to add a pool. I've got to find all this for just $950,000. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking this is not easy for either of us.
No, because I've always got the dilemma about trying to persuade somebody to move, but this time it's do they move locally or interstate?
And my 120K is going to have to work very hard.
Oh, yeah, very hard. Yes.
Next up, Team Love It gets off to a rocky start.
This is the best shot I can give it, and I think that you're going to love it once it's done.
Yeah, we'll see.
And it's not exactly plain sailing for Team Listed either. There is nothing that meets your brief in your immediate area.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
We are in the Melbourne suburb of Coburg North, helping Matt and Natalie decide if they should stay in Victoria or up stumps and migrate north to Queensland.
Brisbane has great big houses. They're sunny, big rooms, storage, pools, everything.
I very much understand why Natalie wants to move back to Brisbane, but I love this house and I want to stay, so...
The key to this house is the kitchen.
Wow.
If I can get that right, the rest of the house will follow.
Now, the big change, of course, for you guys is the new kitchen.
Yep.
Because we all know you need a new kitchen. So what we're going to do is, where we're standing is going to be an island bench. OK?
Right.
You're going to have all new units in here.
Wow.
So you're going to have units below, storage above.
Not only will the new kitchen be far more practical, when I remove this wall, it will flow beautifully into the best room in the house, the living room.
It's going to make the space feel so much bigger straight away because it will trick the eye into feeling twice the size, OK?
Yeah.
In the master bedroom, getting rid of the strange tunnel-like wardrobe will also free up enough space for a good-sized robe. And I'll add a 5th bedroom by doubling the size of the study, pinching a little bit of space from the bedrooms on either side.
And the girls each get their room.
Girls each get their rooms. The elephant in our room here is that, no, I can't give you a second bathroom.
Oh, Neil.
I know you wanted a second bathroom. It doesn't matter which way I look at the plan, I can't do that. Because what I don't want to do is rob you of a bedroom.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. The budget that you've got, $120,000, sounds a lot, But actually, when you start doing structural work, it doesn't go
And
too far.
kitchens and bathrooms,
And
yeah.
kitchens and bathrooms, yeah, sure.
I think it sounds great. If we can take the blockages out and open it up, it's going to flow.
I think it could almost feel a little bit like a beach house in Melbourne.
Will it be enough, though? I don't know.
Well,
We'll see.
this is the best shot I can give it, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to love it once it's done.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That was a hard day in the office. Matt's across the line. Nat, I'm not so sure. I think the bathroom is a real problem.
Really excited about Neil's design plans. I think he's opened up the space very well, and I think the girls will be ecstatic about having a room of their own.
I'm excited about a kitchen, but we don't have another bathroom in the plans, which is a big loss. Most houses have 2 bathrooms now, even an ensuite or something. I'll have to see if it's enough.
Frankly, Neil's ideas are all a bit academic, if you ask me. Given their budget and wish list, this family will be far better off in Queensland, and I'm going to show them.
It'll be interesting to see what house you've come up with, Andrew.
Have you actually looked much locally?
Websites and local mags, yes,
Yeah.
but not in person. I haven't gone out and visited home opens and things like that.
Of course not, because you want to love it, don't you?
Correct. I want to stay. More than happy in my little abode.
Little.
An outdoors guy like Matt is going to love Queensland. He just doesn't know it yet. With a budget of just $950,000, I'm going to show Matt what he can't have in Melbourne. We've come to Moonee Ponds, a delightful suburb made famous by Dame Edna Everage. It's the only place I could find a decent renovated 4-bedroom property, even close to their price range, in their preferred location. When you want 4 bedrooms, it's much more expensive, averaging a whopping 1.5 million around here. This one is cheaper, but comes with some real compromises. I do acknowledge we have quite a busy road here.
Very busy.
So what do you think of the look of the house?
Yeah, it's nice. It's been obviously looked after.
Should we look inside?
Sure.
Come on in. Because renovating doesn't come naturally to Matt and Natalie, I've made sure this Californian bungalow is ready to move in. Look, how are you with this era of property?
The era, yeah, I like it's more classic and I'm not used to that, so it's a bit of a step up for our family.
It's a bit of a surprise. I didn't think we'd be coming to see something like this over here.
So we are good on style, and this place has a lot more room than their current rabbit hole, starting with the master.
Wow.
Like
Good.
Mary.
Good size. Heaps of storage. Yeah, it's nice. It's all finished. Ready. Just ready to move in. A bit different to ours.
All 4 bedrooms are a good size, and in another upgrade, there's 1.5 bathrooms.
So this is the half bathroom, I presume.
The half or the main? I don't
This
know.
would be the half.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It's not exactly a Neil Whittaker-inspired design, but it is affordable. Welcome to the main living area. So we have got, obviously, meals, living, big kitchen. So how are we doing so far?
It's very finished, which is great. Totally different to ours. There's nothing much to do.
At this stage.
Now, how about you, sir?
Is that the main bathroom?
Yes, there's a powder room through there. So there is a second toilet.
Yeah.
Right, quite small.
Let's compare, compared to what you've got at the moment. I'm trying to give you something that's all done and renovated, good condition, ready for the family to move in. Things don't get a lot better in the backyard. It's pleasant enough, but apparently there's not enough sunlight for photosynthesis.
I don't think I could live in a house with fake turf, Andrew. I'd be run out of town.
There is nothing that meets your brief in your immediate area.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I find that surprising.
Well, nothing in good condition.
Okay.
That's a lot of older homes that need a lot of work, but I'm trying to show you something that's in good condition, ready for you to move into, so you don't have to go through what you've already been through.
An improvement.
And trying to improve nothing. What's the price for all these compromises? 1.1 million, a good 150,000 over budget. It's a little bit lower than it could be because we're on the main road, so it was a more affordable option for you. But it's still, I know, over your budget. It was the best I could do.
Yeah.
Yep. It is a busy road.
Yeah.
The land size is a lot smaller.
Yeah, but it's closer, I suppose. But it's all finished.
Yeah.
Like you just move straight in. And 2
There's
bathrooms.
yeah, it's a pretty small bathroom though. There's no bath.
And small 4th room.
Yep.
So it's not perfect.
I know how to put a smile on their faces. We are off to Queensland.
For an Englishman, Andrew Winter does a great impression of Queensland's ambassador. I know he'll be pulling out all the stops, so I need something amazing. And with help from project manager Fiona, I think we've got it.
Well, I reckon this is what you call an intervention.
Looking good, hey?
There's certainly no going back now.
No, definitely not. We're definitely in action, that's for sure.
This kitchen was a period piece. To make this into a modern space for a young family, we had to rip everything out.
Yeah, and it's really going to be so amazing when it's finished. Like, I think she's going to love it.
I hope Fiona's right, because it won't take much for Natalie to start packing her bikini.
Wow.
You can't change your minds now.
No. Wow.
What's going through your mind? The reason I ask is because this moment can be confronting. You know, when you walk in here and you see the home you've lived in for 11 years ripped apart like this, some people get really excited, other people get really distressed.
It's pretty devastated, the house. Ripped apart.
Excitement for me.
Yeah.
But the good news is she's got good bones. It's a good, solid house.
Built well.
Although the new open-plan kitchen living area is my biggest selling point, I haven't forgotten their growing family.
So a new bedroom.
Yeah.
It is bigger.
Taken a little bit from there, 600 from there, and the same from there. So
Yeah.
the room that was a study that couldn't really be a bedroom before will now be a fully qualified bedroom.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and they...
You're going to end up with 4 good-sized bedrooms, plus your sunroom.
Gaining a 4th bedroom is gold with 3 kids. Now they've all got their own bedroom. I think it's great.
I can see what Neil's vision is, and it is exciting, but in the back of my mind, I still think about moving to Brisbane. I think once the walls are in, it'll be easier to see how I feel about the house.
Next, time to get serious.
This is huge, there's a pool, there's extra
Yeah, I've
areas.
got no argument with you there.
Yeah, and there's 4 bathrooms.
Yeah,
It's nearly 1 each.
I didn't expect that.
And time to fall in love again.
Does pull me over a little bit over to the love it side, I think. Yes!
It's hard enough when 2 people can't decide whether to renovate or move out of their family home.
If we could configure the house to the way we wanted, I think it'd be satisfying for Natalie to live in that.
But it gets even tougher when one wants to move interstate.
Doesn't replace family and friends, though.
That's the dilemma facing Matt and Natalie in the Melbourne suburb of Coburg North. Should they stay here?
Or should they and their 3 daughters move to Brisbane, where Natalie grew up?
From a real estate perspective, there's really no contest. I know areas of Brisbane where, for their $950,000 budget, they can get twice the house they could get back home. Mind you, Matt will need at least that to make the move here.
What's going to tempt you, Matt? What am I going to show you today that's absolutely going to grab your attention?
Of course, 4 bedrooms, a pool would be great.
Yes.
Good outdoor entertaining areas. Right.
So, in other words, you want a lot for your Melbourne money.
Yeah, a real lot.
You can't argue with these beautiful green, undulating, leafy suburbs of Western Brisbane.
We're starting in the western suburb of Mount Ommaney. It's just 20 minutes by freeway to the city, which is of no interest to Matt because he works on golf courses, but you get my drift. And this property is one of the best the area has to offer. 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms with a pool on a 617 square metre block. Not surprisingly, this suburb is a hit, with families making up to over 30% of homeowners.
This house,
Wow.
believe it or not, actually could be affordable for your family.
Yeah, right.
Look inside.
Yeah, definitely.
Stunning.
The median four-bedder price here is $170,000 less than their suburb. The value for money is jaw-dropping. I just want you to think of your home and then look at this home.
Yeah, right.
It's a big difference.
Oh, do you think so? And upstairs here, we have main living, kitchen, meals and bedrooms all on this level.
Okay.
And there's a veranda and one at the back. What do you think?
2 outdoor areas, great.
It's very glamorous, yeah.
Now, I know a master suite wasn't on your list, but I thought you'd like one anyway. Got big walk-in robe there, beautiful ensuite in there.
Looks pretty good.
Amazing.
Oh, and a balcony.
And a balcony.
You didn't ask for that either.
No.
I just keep giving.
Yeah.
Just keep adding on.
Plus 3 more bedrooms on this level and 2 more bathrooms.
Wow.
Wow. Well, that's what Neil isn't giving us is the other bathrooms.
He hasn't.
No.
Oh, that's awful. What a shame. I'm disappointed. Note to Neil, in Brisbane, 4 bathrooms isn't too much to ask. Nor is this.
Wow. Wow.
Look at this.
Massive.
Pretty big.
Yeah. Our house would fit into this.
Very good.
The girls would love it.
They sure would. So would the dad.
What's your reaction to this stunning family home here in Queensland?
It's pretty amazing, Andrew.
It's crazy. It's got everything. And double the space of ours, probably more than double.
But of course, that all brings us down to one element that we have to discuss, the price. Believe it or not, this house could be yours for the mid-9s.
That's
Just
amazing.
shows you it is still affordable for a couple like you coming from Melbourne to get an amazing house
Yeah,
here, well
huge
within your
difference.
budget.
Pretty great value.
Kids would love it, husbands would love it. Who wouldn't want to live in a place like this? Now, I often give the impression real estate is all I care about, but I do concede sometimes family and friends matter too. So an interstate move isn't for everyone. But Matt and Natalie actually have more family ties here than in Melbourne.
I know Neil can perform amazing tricks. But this is like this is huge. There's pool, there's extra
Yeah,
areas.
I've got no argument with you there.
Yeah. And there's 4 bathrooms.
Yeah.
It's nearly 1 each.
I didn't expect that. It is a bit more than I expected we'd get.
Hope they're not getting sunstroke up there. I need to remind Matt and Natalie their place is actually gorgeous. Once I've uncluttered the place and got the flow working again, we can start showing off colours to add character. Using this online tool makes it dead easy. I want to keep the palette mid-century. After I upload a picture of a room, I can simply drag and drop until I see the right one.
It's so simple. How about that?
Wow.
A mid-century palette in front of your eyes.
Of course, nothing beats a sample pot for the final decision. You need to see how the light plays with the surface. I want Natalie and Matt to sign off on these colours, so I've dragged them back from Queensland, where I hope they're not getting too comfortable.
Wow.
Looks great. Lemon pepper, it's called.
It's bright.
Do you think Lulu will like it? It's bright. It's certainly that.
Yeah, it's great. I love that bit of colour.
I wanted to choose colours that had a kind of vintage quality about them because it felt appropriate for the house and its age. Goldie, in her room, is going to have the November Rains, which is a beautiful sort of powdery blue.
Nice.
And then Pepper's going to have Welsh Green.
Wow.
Which is a lovely pale green.
Yeah, she loves green, so that's good.
They feel a bit vintage, they feel a bit 50s.
Yeah, I think it's nice to have colour, not all neutrals and whites. So, yeah, I think they'll love it, and I love it. Yeah.
So far, so good. And I know they'll love the kitchen.
Wow.
Look at this. Great.
We're in a different house.
Yeah, very much so.
It is amazing. Oh, my God.
What do you think?
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
The minute you walk in that front door, you get a sense of a different light.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly do.
Yeah, it makes it seem huge. It's like we're in a different house.
It really does feel like a different house.
It does.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
I'm really excited about it.
Oh, you and me both. Looking forward to it.
But this is going to change the way you live as a family in this house.
Yes. Yes.
Really, I mean, this is the hub of the house now.
Yeah.
I mean, the kitchen always is, but your old one didn't feel like it. So you've caught up now.
Yeah, we're in
With the 21st century.
Finally. Finally.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Look, I know it's not Queensland, but how are you feeling about this?
It is very impressive, and it does pull me over a little bit over to the love it side, I think. Yes!
That is exactly the answer I wanted.
But, you know, maybe not. Who knows how much?
Let's go and have a look.
How rude, dragging my clients away to tick off a colour wheel or something. I had Matt and Natalie eating out of my hand, but don't worry, we're back in paradise. Normal service has been resumed.
So sticking with the lovely Brisbane western suburbs, what are you thinking I'm going to show you now for the last property?
It'd be hard to beat that one, the last one.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's only one thing better than a property twice the size of yours for the same money, and that's a place twice the size of yours and cheaper. We're heading to the suburb of Kenmore.
My job is also to show you the options that are out there in your different areas. And I think with this next property, this is something different again.
Right.
I have chosen this 5-bedroomed, 2-bathroom, mid-century classic home. Their jaws will drop into the pool when they hear the price. Yet Kenmore is on the up with 3 times the state average visits.
I have given you a mid-century classic home, which I kind of think you might like.
I love them.
I know you love them, so I'm hoping, I want him to love them, but I know he does love these, but I want to give you one that I think is the next step up.
Wow.
All right.
Into your mid-century home.
Wow.
So it's a very
Very neat.
charming house. Follow me through. So this is the living area. Into the kitchen with the servery, but look at what I'm showing you here.
Hey, fantastic.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful deck.
Really nice.
So as you saw, the main living area there is not vast. However, I think it's just a living area and a kitchen. This is your meals area.
Yeah.
Because, Matt, if you lived in Queensland, you will be using this meals area 11 months, 3 weeks a year. So
A lot of outside eating.
Yes, you were, 1 week a year you might not be able to. We're also backing onto parkland.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
But it's that style I thought that might appeal to you.
Yeah.
I probably prefer the older style to the newer style houses.
Yeah, same. I like a bit of character.
Margaritas by the pool always adds character to me, or so my wife says. But really, how can you go wrong with this place? Upstairs, there's 3 decent-sized bedrooms and a bathroom. Then downstairs, an amazing second living area and parents' retreat.
Direct access to the garden, and then through there is a big study room, occasional guest bedroom, I don't know, whatever you want it to be, actually. There's a drum kit in there at the moment, so it really can be anything you want it to be.
Yeah, this is nice. Beautiful view and bathroom. But it's got a nice feel down here. Be cool too in summer.
It's time to talk about value and prices. Any ideas, Matt?
I'm going to say 850.
That's what I was going to say. Perhaps 880?
OK, you're a little bit off, unfortunately, because you are in a good part of Kenmore here.
Right.
Okay.
So this is offers over 720.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's a surprise.
Wow.
Wow, this is exactly why I brought you to this house. This is the kind of value you can get in these western suburbs.
It's amazing.
Does that change your opinion of the house somewhat?
Oh, yes, it does. Yeah, I'm a bit speechless with that, actually, Andrew.
720 is pretty crazy.
Pretty good bargain.
Like, we can't ignore the fact that that would make it so much easier to move up here. You have to, like, imprint this on your brain, and then when we go back to Coburg, even after Neil's done his razzle-dazzle, you have to remember this. as well.
OK, I will.
Yeah.
Just for you, darling.
And I'm really open to the razzle-dazzle and how it is down there.
Next,
Oh, look at this.
It's life-changing, really.
one of the hardest decisions any couple can make.
Your final decision.
We've had quite a few discussions. We've left it really, really late to decide.
It's been one of my biggest challenges yet to transform Nat and Matt's 50s three-bedder
Where are you going?
It's a time tunnel, Andrew.
into a future-proofed family home. But I think I've done it.
Well, I've had to pull out all the stops to show Matt he could make a home in Queensland.
It is a bit more than I expected we'd get.
I know he liked what he saw, but is it enough?
So, Andrew, have you lured Nat and Matt away to Brisbane?
The challenge was interesting because, of course, there was the option that they could stay locally. I investigated that, and really the budget difference wasn't allowing them to get a sufficient upgrade. So, yes, Brisbane we went.
And how did that go?
As far as I was concerned, amazing. That they can get so much more for their money. They can upgrade their lifestyle. They can give so much to the kids.
But do they want to be there?
One half does.
One half
half will pack and leave straight away. As for Matt, he's really wedded to his job.
He loves his job, doesn't he?
Loves it. I mean, OK, how did the renovation go? Because that house was blooming awful.
The renovation, I have to say, went spectacularly well.
But, I mean, the floor plan was all over the place.
Floor plan was all over the place. Now it makes perfect sense. I think the house is really successful now.
One of the properties I showed them would have saved them almost $250,000.
Wow. Let's go and settle this once and for all. Let's go and meet them.
Yeah. And the sun's out.
Oh,
Well,
Could be Queensland, couldn't it?
Yes.
really?
So we're back in Victoria. Neil, I have to say, you have failed.
Why?
There's no swimming pool in the backyard.
No, Andrew, there is no swimming pool. But what I have done, I think, is given you a little bit of Queensland here in Coburg.
That's great news.
I can't wait to show you inside because I think you're going to be very, very surprised at the transformation.
Wow,
Yeah,
OK.
great.
We'll see you later, Andrew.
Yes, enjoy. Don't take too long.
Look at this.
My mission was to create a time machine, bringing this house forward 60 years while retaining the character Natalie and Matt loved.
Wow.
By removing the dividing wall, the old living dining area is transformed into a contemporary, open-plan living zone that flows into the kitchen.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks fantastic,
It's,
Neil.
it's not my house, really.
Such a change.
It is completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even think about my kitchen now.
It's forgotten
believe I lived
already.
in
Well, that's good. So this has kind of erased all memories of
Yeah,
the
it's
way
It
it was.
has, yeah.
It was the old kitchen that was actually holding the house back.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, we've brought the old girl back to life.
Yes, it's stunning, yeah. And I
Fantastic.
love a bit of colour.
I'm
yeah, I
in
love
love
it.
with this
Yeah,
tile.
that really makes that
Yeah.
splashback there.
Yeah.
It's a very, very unique tile. And what I love about it is that it feels very contemporary, but at the same time, it seems to have that slightly 50s feel about it too.
Old school.
And I think the Velux skylights have made such a difference
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah.
It changes
Great.
the whole room, makes it seem enormous.
Yeah.
You've got an island bench now.
Yep.
Storage for days. Storage around the corner, storage over there next to the artwork, storage behind us here.
Below,
Everywhere.
above, everywhere.
It's amazing.
Look, I just believe that if you get the kitchen right, everything else falls into place. It really is. It sounds like a cliche, but it really is the nerve centre
Yeah.
of the whole house.
Everything just flows from
Everything
it from
flows
there.
from here.
Yeah, it's life-changing, really. For me, especially.
Natalie had given up on this house, but through the power of good design, she's looking at it now with fresh eyes. To me, there's nothing more satisfying than that.
Do you recognise your old bedroom?
No.
Not really, no, it looks great.
Hear that?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It was hideous before.
And look at the wardrobe.
Yes, we've been meaning to do that for a long time.
No more tunnel.
No.
No more tunnel.
There's no tunnel. The tunnel's gone. The tunnel is now repurposed as hallway. It's part of the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's the wardrobes, of
Yeah.
course, in the other bedroom.
Yeah.
The tunnel isn't the only repurposed space. By taking a bit from rooms either side, we've transformed the pokey study into a fantastic 5th bedroom for 9-year-old Lulu.
Whoa. Oh, it looks so cool. I love that marble table. And the colour. Ice cream. It's my favourite colour too. I love the colour.
As well as fun colour schemes, we've given the girls' bedrooms retro touches as a nod to the house's history. Pepper's new room is my favourite, using tones of green. It's the perfect space for a 14-year-old.
Whoa! Whoa! Looks so cute. I love the colour.
Middle daughter Goldie's light-filled bedroom has new built-ins, funky artwork, and a cool and sophisticated makeover.
Whoa! We've all got our own rooms now. Look at the painting. Whoa! Yeah.
So does it match the lure of Queensland, and perhaps even surpass Mr. Winter's temptations?
I have to confess that Neil has solved so many issues this house had.
It is a lot better. The kitchen is magnificent and it would make a big difference to our lives.
So I just want to remind you of something, OK? Because I have a certain picture there of a certain house. And let me just remind you that the price guide of that is $720,000. There's another figure that you need to take into account. Your current valuation for your property was $850,000 for this house.
Right.
OK.
That's changed. It's now $1 million.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
That's amazing.
So let's think $1,720,000.
Yeah.
That's how I want to leave it with you, OK? And after being with you today, I will be going home up to South East Queensland, where it'll be considerably warmer than it is here.
Yeah. Looks great, yeah?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic
Yeah,
job.
it's beautiful and the kitchen's amazing. If we could transport this house to Brisbane, then we'd all be happy.
Yeah.
See that laugh there? Look at that. You see, that's Nat saying to Matt, let's move to Queensland. He's laughing at her.
It's a Queensland laugh.
Queensland laugh. What's the difference between a Queensland and a Victorian laugh?
Victorian one's colder.
Obviously now we've got much more money if we move to play with, so we can save a bit, we'd have a bit of extra to live off even like while we try to find jobs, and
I do love my work down here, though.
you might love it up there too.
Maybe. So many decisions to make.
Yeah.
Well, should we bring them in from the cold? Put them and us out of our misery?
Out of our misery, definitely.
This decision is much bigger than our normal dilemmas. Matt and Natalie aren't just deciding on a house.
Girls would love it.
I sure would.
They're deciding whether to start a new life, new jobs, new friends, new schools.
So many decisions to make.
Yeah.
Which they'll need pretty soon.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any bigger.
Here we go again, Neil.
Moment of truth. Matt and Nat, I couldn't give you Queensland, but what I have done is create a modern, functional home that will work better for you as a family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is
Done a
stunning.
really great job there, Neil, I think.
The house does look fantastic. I cannot argue with that. By the way, I've just told them that their humble home is worth $1 million. So, on that note, shall we ask?
Matt and Nat, are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it?
Well, we've had quite a few discussions. We've left it really, really late to decide. And
To the minute, to the last minute.
yeah, right to the
We
last
kind
minute.
of got that feeling.
And we're going to list it. Sorry, Neil, you've done a
Sorry,
fantastic
Neil.
job, but the opportunity that it's going to provide is just too good to pass up.
So you off to Queensland?
Yeah.
That is
Really exciting.
such incredibly brave news, especially as I was probably underplaying the fact that your house is absolutely stunning.
It is beautiful. If we could take it with us, we would.
What is making you think you're ready for the move now?
It's just all about opportunity, I think, Andrew, and the longer we waited, you know, I think that opportunity will pass.
And if we don't do it now, then I think the girls are too old to move.
Yeah.
So you've got to take the opportunity now.
Got to jump in at some time.
Seriously, though, congratulations, guys. It has been a pleasure transforming this house.
Oh, thank you. We've loved it.
You know, you gave us so many options to think about and look at, and you've done a fantastic job with it, so really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at this! What else could we do to celebrate you all moving to Queensland?
Here, have a palm tree. This is a celebration of your future new lifestyle.
Hey, I know, party the whole time.
In Queensland, we always wear this.